So, you're a high performance coach interested in learning a little bit more about the high performance funnel and the incubator method. Well, this video, I'm going to keep it very casual. I've literally just got a couple notes here that I'm just reading out of. That's all I got. Just to explain a little bit about what the high performance funnel is, along with what the incubator method is, and how it can help you scale your coaching business online, attract your clients effortlessly, and on top of that, just you know, have the flexibility that you've always been looking for in your business. Work with who you want and get paid what you're worth. Work when you want, have the flexibility of the business as well. And especially, I guess, work from where you want, right? Um, so here's what I did for my clients that worked really well for them. The way that the high performance funnel and the incubator method work is we focus on nurturing our prospects. So the high performance authority funnel consists of three phases. There's top of funnel, there's middle of funnel, and then there's the bottom of funnel, right? Um, and as we know, there was a statistic done, and it said that most sales happen between the fifth and the 12th touch point between you and your potential coachee. So that's why we focus more on the middle of funnel, because most of the times people are just in the middle of funnel. They've already seen your content, but they're just waiting to go, right? Most of the times when they're just waiting to go, they're in kind of this, I guess, paralysis where they value your services, they know what you can provide, but they just need that little bit of a push. They just want to get more. They just want to know more about you, and the only way they can know more about you is if they get on a call. So instead of doing that, instead of having the call with each and every person and letting them know more about you and your story, you just do that on a one to many scale, right? And that's exactly what we did with my clients. So what we did was they had ads that they had been running from before. They were just the generic ads. They were using LinkedIn Sales Navigator as well. They were doing the landing page to the clarity call, and then after the clarity call they book in a consultation, and then the whole free clarity call into the consultation so that they do the discovery and get all the information in the clarity call. So what we're trying to do here is eliminate your clarity call. So what we want to do is we want to automate and eliminate your clarity calls in a way where before people even book a call with you, they're already pre-sold on the value that you provide. And how do you do that? Is just simply through content, right? And the way we did it for my clients was, number one, the first thing we did was identify their ideal coachee. So who are they speaking to? Are they speaking to executives? Are they speaking to teachers? Are they speaking to entrepreneurs? Are they speaking to athletes? So depending on who you're speaking to, sorry, my nose is so itchy right now. I'm gonna cut this video for a second because I need to blow my nose. You guys are not gonna see any of that because I'm just gonna cut it. But oh man, who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to athletes, executives, and one of my clients was speaking to musicians. So we had to curate their content to speak to musicians. For example, they used to help their clients prior with public speaking, but the way that public speaking can be taken over into the musical world is your stage presence is the way that you're able to act on stage in front of all of those people without getting nervous. So it's to do with public speaking as well, a little bit. So what we did was we tailored all of their content to speak about stage fright, right? Although the skills is the I guess the plan that the coach made out was technically for any normal person, and how they can actually improve their own confidence in a public speaking space. But instead, they just tailored the words specifically for artists, for musicians. And then they created top of funnel content, top of funnel. So I instructed them to create top of funnel content. And what that basically is since you already know who your ideal target coachee is, now you can just kind of run it through ChatGPT. So all these resources I do provide in my free school community. If you want to learn more about that, it's in the description below. If you have any questions, you can DM me as well. I'll be more than happy to answer them all. But yeah, so that's the thing with the musicians is he in the top of funnel content, he now started only using musician specific words. So instead of calling his team a team, call them a band, right? So for example, if you were talking to executives, you're talking in a corporate space, you'd be saying This is how you can improve the relationship between your team members and overall increase your leadership skills. But in the band sense, it's like this is how you can improve the strength of your band and make better music together. Something like that, you know. So that's actually one of the scripts that I did tell him to do, but you get my point. And that's where the incubator method comes in, right? So what the incubator method does is number one, the high performance funnel and the incubator method are one and the same. So the high performance funnel consists of the top of the funnel, which you create short form magnetic content to attract attention, accumulate attention. Middle of the funnel is in the middle of the funnel, which you create long form content to nurture these set prospects. Excuse me. And in the nurturing phase is also where you handle objections. So any of the most common objections that most of your coaches or most of your niche has, this is where you address them, the objections, right? And it was kind of like our one of our clients did the same thing, and he talked about why do you need? Because most artists are like, why would I need coaching, right? And he talked about in the middle of funnel content. That's where he was talking about this is why this is how much my coaching has helped my previous clients. So in that way, he's handling that objection, but positioning it not in a way where he's selling. He's just saying this is how he did it for his previous clients, right? And the bottom of funnel is as soon as you get to the point of contact, as soon as you're in their messages, in their DMs, whatever it may be, right? So we use short form to attract and long form to nurture. And then we use offers, we use automations, systems, as well as DMs, scripts to close, right? And the thing about the high performance funnel and the incubator method is that we use our social pages and as landing pages. So before we'd have a website with all this information about us, our story, our mission, this, whatever it may be, right? But now we just use our social page for that. So for example, your LinkedIn, if you might be using LinkedIn, because I would definitely recommend using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's worked really well for my clients. They're getting around 2 to 3 leads almost per week, like good solid leads who want to sign up for years. Um, Again, it's not about the quantity of leads, it's about the quality of leads. And the way you can improve the quality of your leads is by improving your copy, is by improving your about me section, is by putting in all your studies onto your LinkedIn page, right? Because that way what happens is someone can come and read it all before they ever even talk to you. So they're pre-sold on your value. Now, we take that same framework and we just put it in the form of videos and reels. That's all we're doing, right? So whatever strategy that I was using with my clients for LinkedIn, where we go through their psychographic, we figure out their value proposition, their specific, and this is why you need to also cater your services to one specific niche, because what happens is now in our about me space, we're talking about how we specifically help um, executives, and then we specifically talk about an executive's problem and then our solution to it. So when we list things in such a manner, what happens is when an executive does come to our page, and the way that we can get people into our page is through profile views. I'll go into that a little bit later. But when someone comes into our page and they see the about me section and see that, okay, these are, for example, if I was an executive and I went to your page and I saw, hey, I'm an executive with those problems and these are the solutions that he provides. What that basically tells me is that number one, you know the situation I'm in. So that helps me build trust. I trust this guy. He knows my problems and he has solutions for those problems, right? And what that also builds is builds authority. And that's why we use that as in the funnel. We also use a bit of the authority funnel to build your authority in your niche. Um, and what happens then is when we use the sales navigator method to funnel people into your LinkedIn, they can see all of the studies you've done, all the research that you've done beforehand. They can see the authority. They can see that you're a proven figure in your field. It is more likely for them to easily convert into a coach or a client. So what happens then? What we do after that is we head over to Instagram and Meta, because Instagram and Meta, so Instagram and Facebook, they're one of the cheapest advertising platforms out there, and we leverage that. So what we do is we leverage Instagram profile views. Now, everything that you have in your about page, we just make that into short form content. So, hey, are you an executive coach and you have this problem? Well, I've got the perfect solution for you, or whatever that's just off the top of my head, whatever may work the best for you. And after doing so, you can run ads on content. So, firstly, we got to figure out which type of content is winning, and we do that through aggressive ads for a couple of weeks, and we set benchmark metrics that we can track. Once we have benchmark metrics, we know what works and what doesn't. We run Instagram profile view ads, and what that means is It's basically your about page. It's basically your core values, who you are, your personal brand, in the form of a video being advertised on a one to many scale. So the whole purpose of that is to eliminate that clarity call, right? Um, so what we do then is once those ads are running, we use our Instagram as a landing page, right? So when someone clicks on the ad and goes into your Instagram page, they can scroll through a bunch of your videos where you're just talking specifically to that niche, and talking about their problems, providing value, and giving them solutions as well, all for free, right? Something you do on a clarity or discovery or free call, anyways, right? So we're not giving away things that were paid before. We're giving away things that we're already giving away anyways, but now we position it in a way where it's like, hey, look at all this thing I'm giving you to you for free, all this value I'm giving for free. Because either way, before you would close the client, you would already have this conversation with them on a one-to-one call, talking about what are your problems. Oh, we have a solution for that, blah, blah, blah. Right. But instead you do that on a one-to-many scale. So what you're already doing is disqualifying people who aren't even, before they even get on a call with you, they already know, okay, this guy can solve my problem. Right. You're already disqualifying candidates or prospective coachees that aren't even a fit for your services right off the bat. So what we do then is, since we're using your Instagram profile as a landing page, we can put your LinkedIn in the description of the website, on the website section of the Instagram, and point down there. When someone clicks on that, they open up your LinkedIn and they can see all your work, your testimonials, and everything. And that's further incubates that candidate, further nurtures it. And pretty much that's why personal branding is so important, right? So I had a client, and he was a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And if you guys don't know much about Brazilian jiu-jitsu, it's really hard to get a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So it took him over 15 years, and he used that as a selling point. So he's an executive coach, and he's a leadership coach for executive teams. And he uses his black belt mastery as a way to, I guess, allude that he's disciplined, that he's strong willed. It's not easy to get a black belt. And what that does is that personal brand adds that extra flair. It's like, okay, cool, you're an executive coach. So is that person, so is that person, so is that person. Wait, you're a black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? Hey, I do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu in my free time. I'm an executive. I'm gonna pick you. So it's like your personal brand is that extra touch that you add on top of the services that you already provide to your coachees, right? And it can be whatever it is for you, right? So if you're a let's say if you're like a public speaking coach, you're helping people improve their public speaking skills, you can show a couple of videos of you doing public speeches, right? Because at the end of the day, people want to work with coaches that embody what they say. So I can't be a leadership coach and not be a leader, right? And so if we're posting personal brand content that is, I guess, aligning with the services we provide, that can help us skyrocket our marketing, make it more efficient, make it more effective, right? And that's the importance of personal brand. And what that does is it helps you compound your authority funnel and the incubator method. If I still got my notes here, but yeah, just to wrap everything up, the high performance funnel is the top of the funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And the way we lay it out is just through content. Bottom of funnel, we use LinkedIn, right? So the top of funnel is Instagram. Middle of funnel is also Instagram, a bit of YouTube, bit of LinkedIn. But bottom of funnel is mostly LinkedIn, where we funnel them into LinkedIn, get their details, you give them a call, right? And they're pre-sold on your value because they already know all the value you bring to the table through the incubator method, where you're incubating your potential coachees through personal brand content, value driven content, and you're using tonality, you're using specific language that is specific to that niche's psychographic. So if you're talking with executive coaches, if you're talking with executives, you would talk to them in a different way than you would be talking to band members or athletes. You guys are the pros at that. I can't tell you what to do there, but what I can tell you is the way that I help my clients is just through AI, right? So we go through psychographic exercises, and all these resources can be found in my school community. So again, all free. School community is free as well. It's in the description below. You can check it out. All the resources are there. We pretty much take you through a bunch of questions and ask you, what are your core values? What's your value proposition? What's one thing that makes I don't know what's one thing that makes your service worth it? What are all the objections that potential candidates might have? What are solutions to each of those problems? Solutions to each of those objections. Then we take all of that, we pop it into AI and help AI generate us with scripts as well as copy. Right? That's all in the school community if you want to see that. But that's the high performance funnel. Is basically top of funnel to use magnetic, short form, value driven content to attract people into the middle of funnel where they're not engaged in your account. They're liking your posts, they're liking your stories, they want to learn more. So you send them a couple of longer videos, you give them more value. And then after that, you send them to your LinkedIn or you send them wherever you want to send them. You can send them to a video ask, you can send them to a virtual consult, you could send them to a questionnaire, whatever you want to be. Because once they're engaged, they want to learn more about you. They're more likely to take action, right? And that's the incubator method. And I think I've talked about everything I need to talk about today. The videos kept cutting up, so I'm not sure where it went wrong or where it went right. But I hope this video has been some value to anyone that's watching this at the moment. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to just send me a message in my Instagram. If you want to learn more about the authority funnel, I have a couple more videos on YouTube breaking it down step by step. So I'll put that in the description as well. School community with all the resources mentioned, along with ChatGPT prompts, proven strategies, results, all in the school community description below. Instagram also in the description below. But that's about it. And thank you so much for watching this video. I know I just kept my notepad here. I don't know what you guys have been watching this whole time, but anyways, beautiful day today. I'm gonna go for a walk. And hopefully speak to you guys soon. Thank you.